This is Susan Harrison, and this is a story about Kurt Johnson for Festival of the Trees. I never heard of a snurfer until I moved here. Hard to believe, but Kurt Johnson grew up never knowing the joys of riding a snow-covered hill on a snurfer. But then Kurt, who now is the proud owner of 14 or more vintage snurfers, grew up in Indiana, where, quote, we didn't have hills in the backyard, end quote. The first time he even heard of the quirky snurfer was in 2019 when he met family members of the snurfer's inventor, the late Sherman Poppen. I remember hearing, "You didn't know about snurfers? Everybody had a snurfer here in Muskegon," says Donnell Johnson, Kurt's wife. The Johnsons met the Poppen family at the Pidge Inn, which Donnell owns, a four-season hotel at the end of the Harbortown Peninsula. It's located just a couple blocks from where the snurfer was invented. Hey, a lot of interesting stuff happened right here, Kurt says. The story behind the invention of the snurfer is a familiar one in Muskegon. On Christmas Day in 1965, Sherm Poppen invented the snurfer to entertain his kids. Sherm and his first snurfers are often credited with inspiring snowboards and the culture surrounding it. So how did Kurt go from not knowing what a snurfer is to owning so many? He took on the challenge of looking everywhere for vintage boards he displays in the hotel lobby and keeps the newest versions available for hotel guests to use. Things are like this open up conversation, Kurt says. It's kind of cool.